You have been doing this for decades. You've seen a lot of things. You talk to a lot of organizations with a lot of very great advice and wisdom. What in this time, after 50 or 60 years of books and advice have been existing around the situation we're in, what we should be doing? What are your thoughts?
Well, one thing is, as you well know, you're dealing with an old man, uh, and old men or old men or women, whether you're religious or not, are thinking about the fact that they're not going to be around forever. And I'm trying to take advantage of that relative to the people who are half my age, and to say that this is an extraordinary moment. If you go back to the 1918 Spanish flu, this is a once a century moment, arguably at least. And Ms. or Mr. Business Leader, what you have done in the last handful of weeks, or what you will do in the next handful of weeks ahead, is your reputation, is what your life will have been all about. If you misbehave in May of 2020, you have put a big black mark against, your professional and adult life, as far as I'm concerned. And so I'm in a empathetic mood, but relative to managers and leaders, I'm in a brutal mood. I have been saying since we started the Research for In Search of Excellence in 1977, put people first. And, when we did the research in 1977, which led to In Search of Excellence in 1982, there was a big theoretical part of that book, which I doubt that any practicing managers read. But, I did it for my conscience, if nothing else, because I had just gotten a PhD in organizational behavior at Stanford. And, we went back to McGregor, and we went back to Chester Barnard, and I don't remember how far we went back. We didn't go back quite to Adam and Eve, but we said there's a strand here, and probably McGregor is the most public godfather of it all. Theory X and Theory Y. Theory X beat the crap out of people, and Theory Y treat people as if they were, basically intelligent human beings. And so, I just am working on a new book, and it has 2 cover pages. And the first cover page deals with the excellence thing, and the second cover page just has 2 words on it: people first. And I said to somebody, this is my summa, this is my last act. And I've been saying people frigging first for the last 43 years. Won't somebody please listen? And, the book was a little bit selfish as a last act. Now it seems less selfish, because I think that people first message. Well, look, first of all, and let's talk to the people that you and I are talking to right now. My one-liner, which I sort of believe: if you are Tony Robbins and you walk into an audience of 1,000 people, you expect to change 1,000 lives. If I walk into an audience of 1,000 people, I hope that 3 people will really be influenced by what I've said. And those are people who believed what I said before I ever walked in the room, but I gave them a good, quick, stiff kick in the butt and said, let's get on with it. So, I'd love for us to, using American baseball numbers, I'd love for us to bat 1,000. I'd love for us to be, the Tony Robbins egocentric, let's get 1,000 out of 1,000. But, if you can get, what's the deal? And I'm not expert on this. There's some place in Israel, in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, where if you save the single life, you get to plant a tree. If you can get to you guys, me guys, if you can really help a couple people seriously, you've had one hell of a good day. And so I'm more than willing to make this the latest or the last or the next to last or whatever effort to say, you do the people stuff. And my personal life test is, can I walk past a mirror, look at the mirror, and not barf? There's a wonderful thing. David Brooks is a New York Times columnist in the U.S., and he wrote a magnificent little column that was called Eulogy eulogy virtues versus resume virtues. And he said the resume or the CV virtues is where did you go to school? How many ranks did you go up in your corporation or whatever else it is? And all of those kinds of accomplishments. He said the eulogy virtues are the ones where we ask questions like, how well did he treat people? How well did he take care of people? And, I think that little one liner, eulogy versus resume virtues, is as good as anything as any of the Greek philosophers turned out. So that's my very long winded answer to your question, but it's a complicated question.